It's fucking British.
No,
It's British.
this is fucking British. This is British. Yours isn't British. Yours is Australian.
I hate you guys.
Moose shit. Welcome to Moose Shit, where we spout bullshit. My name is Moose, and I'm joined by my courageous captains, Koob and Al. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right, mate. How are you?
My God.
What the fuck? What is with that accent, Al?
What? Oh,
That
you mean
accent?
this British accent? Oh
That
well,
sounds Australian.
no, it's fucking British.
You said mate when you started.
British people can say mate.
Yeah, but that's like stereotypically associated with Australians.
Well, I'm a British Australian.
You're fucking stupid.
Oh, well, the reason for this accent is because I've been watching Lucifer, and I feel like I've really
Doesn't have an
Oh my
Australian
God,
accent.
I
It's
can't take
fucking
you
British.
seriously, Al. No,
It's British.
this is fucking British. This is British. Yours isn't British. Yours is Australian.
I hate you guys.
So how's Lucifer?
Oh, it's pretty good so far. I feel like I'm really
Stop.
Give
Stop,
it a
please.
rest,
I can't
bro.
take it anymore.
What? You don't want to? I was gonna do the whole episode like that.
I would have killed you. I would have killed you.
Okay, well, Lucifer's doing good so far. I think I'm on episode 5. It's pretty good. He kind of gets under my skin, but it's good. Very much enjoying it. Great recommendation, man.
Okay. Oh, I guess we should also give a round of applause to Alex for stopping someone with fraud. Nice job. You're literally the talk of the town. I got into work today, and my coworkers are already praising you.
Really?
Moose,
Wow.
you should have just told them. Don't worry, Alex already got frauded by that guy already.
I did. I told them that too.
Oh, so you just diminish my accomplishments.
I mean, let's be honest though. You prevented him from getting 3,500, but you gave him 3,500. So
All right,
that's what
let me
people
provide the
do with nothing.
context. All right. So so this guy, not even about 4 days ago, came in under the name Robert, and he had a driver's license with the name and his picture on the driver's license. It was a Pennsylvania driver's license. He had a check written out to him, Robert, and he signed the back of it and everything, and he wanted to cash it. So I looked at the check. I looked at his driver's license. The names matched up. I looked up his account. The address matched up on his driver's license. I put the driver's license under our light, like for security purposes, and that lined up. And I asked him for his social security number, and he knew that. So I gave him the money. And then not even like an hour later, I get an email from another branch that he went to that said it was fraud. So at that point, I was like, damn, I just gave $3,500 to a guy that's fraud. So I spoke to my manager, and we spoke to the fraud department, and they're putting in a case for it. They put a hold on his accounts and all that. And then yesterday, this guy, the exact same guy, comes into the branch again, as if like, I don't know if he thinks I don't remember him. He comes into the branch, comes to me again, and I literally recognize him. And this time, his name is John. This time his name is John, and he has the same PA driver's license and the same type of check for the similar amount, and he says he wants to cash it. And I just look at him like, I didn't want to accuse him of anything, because I didn't want to make anything like bigger than I had to.
You should have literally, when he came in, you should have said, "Oh, welcome back," and see how he played along with it.
Yeah. So this time his name was John, and it's like, you're not even trying, man. But actually, the precision on that driver's license is quite impressive. It felt exactly like a driver's license. It looked like a driver's license. It passed the UV light and everything. So, scammers nowadays, they're pretty good. But not good enough for me. I that being the courageous American hero that I am, I denied him. I asked him a few security questions he couldn't answer specific to the account this time. I took a copy of his driver's license and his check. I told my manager, and I said, unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to cash that check for you today, sir.
Yeah, you watch out, you scammers. I will catch
Yeah.
you on the second attempt
Yeah.
after saying, "Hey, sorry, I can't cash this check." Man, ooh, you guys better be shaking in your boots. Congratulations, Al.
Thank you.
Anything
You
else with
deserve
you,
no
Coop?
congratulations. You deserve nothing. You
He
just
could have
don't.
walked out with another 3,500, and I
Yeah,
prevented that.
after you gave him 3,500.
It doesn't matter, man. I know a few other branches made that same mistake.
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Well, he hasn't been to your branch to finesse you. Wait till he does.
Okay.
I just refuse to cash people's checks now.
Yeah,
Unless I
no,
know them, I kind of just been refusing them.
that's what my coworker said. We no longer cash checks for non-customers.
We're just breaking bank policy because of fraud.
Bro, there's actually so much. I don't know if it's because of tax season or what it is.
Yeah, there's OD fraud.
We've
Right?
been getting so many emails
I think it's
about
because of
people with
SVB.
fraud.
I think it's because of SVB. Because that's when most of the fraud started.
Yeah, true. Oh, before we jump into the topic, I wanted to ask you guys. We don't have to go into it in too much detail because it's a big thing. But have you guys seen the whole TikTok trial at all?
Oh, I've
I've
seen it, some of it show up. I don't really know what is going on though.
I know they're saying for TikTok to basically relinquish the ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. They're basically
Yeah.
telling ByteDance to sell TikTok to another country, preferably America, so you don't
Yeah.
have to deal with China. But I have not been following the trial.
The trial, okay, right? So I'm just gonna mention one example, but it kind of sums up all of the trial. Basically, they have the CEO there from TikTok. He's this Chinese dude, and he's pretty well spoken in English, considering I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be his first language. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but basically, what it is, it's like the panel of congressmen and women asking him questions that they have about TikTok, and it is just so bad, bro. The level of stupidity of our congressmen and women. It is
Bro.
baffling, bro.
I watched something similar to that. I think it was with the face. I don't know if it was Facebook or Google. It was with Google, and they were like, "Oh, can Google see my location if I'm in this conference room? Can Google see
Why
where
the
I am?"
accents? Why the accents?
No, they actually do speak like that, bro.
He
There
was
was
a Southern guy, bro.
bro, I'll give you the perfect. There was a congressman from I think like Georgia or Texas or something, right? And he starts asking the TikTok CEO. He's like, "Does TikTok access the home internet?" And then the TikTok CEO's like, "You need a Wi-Fi connection to go on TikTok." And then he's like, "So can it access the other devices that are on the home internet?" And then he was like, "No, it's just a Wi-Fi connection." And then this is the best part. This is how it shows you how bad this trial is. Then the congressman's response to that is, "I don't believe you."
Nice.
It's not how this works, bro. That's not how fucking legal proceedings work.
Well, I don't think this is a legal proceeding if you're saying it's congressman. I think this is just
I don't know what it is, but either
not a
way, you
deposition.
can't ask a guy for information and then he tells you what you don't want to hear, and then you say, "You know what? I don't really believe you."
Well, no, Congress hearings do work like that. I remember when they did it for Taylor Swift's concert. The guy who runs Ticketmaster, he was there, and he was basically giving all the excuses. None of the congressmen and men and women were having it. They were like, "No, you're just lying straight to our face. There's no way that we're believing any single thing that you're saying about how you're keeping track of security on the platform."
Yeah, but
It's just infuriating.
it's up to them. It's up to them to like try to convince that or try to disprove what he's saying. It's not up to him to like back up his
No,
claims.
they're not trying to convince anything of anyone.
Okay.
They're trying to convince each other that they should take some action, but that's all these Congress hearings do. It's to determine whether or not Congress should take action, not necessarily to establish guilt. Which is
Well,
why I was
think Hoops.
confused when you said trial, because I don't remember anyone pressing charges against.
I don't know
TikTok.
what it is, but they're basically they're trying to get it banned. So I figured
Yeah.
it was.
I
for
think
that.
it's just a Congress hearing in that case.
I think Coop's point was just to show how old and antiquated our Congress people are, and that they don't actually know much about technology at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful. It's so bad.
But one of our congressmen and women played Among Us, so I think that means that they're hip
Fuck that
with it.
bitch. She wasn't even on the thing. At least I didn't see her on the thing.
No, she's not. She's probably not going to be on it. She's busy with other things.
It was all just a bunch of fucking Republicans that had no idea what they were saying.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Huh.
Do you guys remember that, or
I
because I'm not
remember
sure if
that,
I'm
man.
making a reference that you guys just don't understand.
I remember that, man.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh, it was like a Hillary Clinton rally, and like she's like, "How do we get these guys to stop playing Pokemon Go and start Pokemon Go to the polls?"
Oh, I do remember that.
It's
Oh my god.
it's such a bad joke that it's funny.
Some Alex type humor.
What's the point? Want to hear a joke about a pencil? Never mind.
No, stop! You messed it up. Knock knock.
Who is there?
A broken pencil.
Broken pencil who?
Is he actually telling this joke?
Never mind. It's pointless.
The fact that he's laughing at it makes it worse.
It's such a funny joke, bro.
Man, this when people just try and make references that they don't understand, it really annoys me. It's like a pet peeve of mine. And that brings us to our topic today: pet peeves. What are some things that just annoy you, and for no really rational reason? It just really irks you sometimes. The reason I'm talking about it is today I was at work, right, and I parked my. I usually park my car in front of the a tree. That's usually where I park because I like parking in the same spot over and over because consistency is key. But the issue is that sometimes when I park in the parking spot, some people, even though the entire parking lot is empty, decide that the only parking spot that they can possibly park in is right next to my car. And I know they're not going to do anything to my car or anything like that. It just annoys me that you have literally as much space as you can possibly take. I'm not parked next to the entrance, so it's not like it's a convenient spot. You have as much space as you would like to possibly take, and you decide to park next to my spot.
You know, I
Was
hear
anything
that all the
annoys you?
time. I hear that that's a common thing, but that doesn't actually annoy me at all.
It's just
I mean, it's just the biggest nuisance ever.
It's not. Is it preventing you from getting into your car? No.
I mean, if
sometimes.
there's open spots, like you didn't choose that spot because of its convenience. Like, so there is no reason for you to choose that spot. So why are you there?
Do you think they chose it specifically to annoy you?
I don't know
No.
why they chose it. That's why I think that's why I think they're stupid. Whoever, like when I go to Walmart, right? I either, if I'm in a rush, I look for a spot in the front, and if I'm just going to go, I park like in the back, like far away from other cars, right? And then when I come outside and some idiot is still parked next to me, I'm like, bro, you're telling me you had all these other spots here that are open, and especially if they're also parking at the end of the lot. There's other empty spots, like the whole row is empty, and you park right next to mine. Why are you doing that?
I see people do that, like they park at the very end of the lot. Why? Just so you can get an extra walk in? Like what? Why would you want to
Well,
park farther?
I usually park in a non-convenient space because I know that space is going to be open most of the time I go to any store. So like when I go to ShopRite, I like instead of parking near the entrance, I usually park near the cart corral on like the opposite side of the parking lot, just because I know most people aren't going to park there.
Because you
So
like think someone's gonna key your car or something?
no, it's mostly just so I can make sure I have my spot when I go and park, so I can keep that consistency. Like I at home,
Oh, God.
there's a parking lot here. Uh and right now my car is parked right in front of my apartment's door. I don't like parking in that spot though. I like parking further away, but the spot that I usually park that's further away is always being taken up by two other motherfuckers in this apartment complex. I swear to fucking God, it's a goddamn war out here.
Mhm.
Every single
Oh,
time
well,
I park in that spot, every single time I park in the spot, I make sure I let that spot that's convenient to their house open. That spot that's more available for them, that's easier to get your door from, that's open for them. But instead of parking there, they decide to park next to my car. And so that when I leave, they then get into their car and park back in my fucking spot.
relax, man. Holy shit. How does this make you that angry, man?
Because it's my spot. It's been happening for months. Months I've been unable to park in my spot consistently.
so get a new spot.
No, it's my spot.
It's
I park
it's a public parking lot, man. You don't have ownership.
I don't care if I don't have ownership. I have rights.
Alex wouldn't understand with his driveway.
I mean, I get it. Like for example, in the first day of school, if you sit somewhere, you like it's unheard of to ever leave that spot.
Yeah.
Like I get that. Is that similar to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. So now if someone so now let's say you go on break for like a couple of for a couple of weeks because you need to take care of some stuff. And you come back to school. And now there's some new motherfucker who decides to sit in your spot. And you're like, well, I don't really want to say anything to him because technically I don't own the spot. I guess I'll find some other seat, but I'll get back to that spot when he's gone. So the next week arrives, and you arrive there early, and he's already fucking there, sitting in your goddamn spot. And then this happens week after week after week, and you get a little bit of a resemblance of what I'm fucking dealing with my parking spot.
Okay, man.
So do you guys have any pet peeves like that?
I
No?
do. Oh.
Alex,
My pet peeve, and this happens more than you would think at work, is people who have a phone conversation on speaker loud as fuck so that everybody can hear their business. And this doesn't even only happen at the bank. Like I actually hear this in like doctors' offices and supermarkets. And the worst part is when they have it on speaker and then they hold the phone up to their face while it's on speaker, like as if they're holding it up to your ear, and they just keep on screaming and yelling, like the other person is like miles away, and I just hear everybody's business.
That's a
that's
pet
one
peeve of mine.
thing that I never understood. Like, I had a situation one time where this was at my first ever job, right? So this lady comes in and she's blabbering away on her fucking phone on speaker, right? And then she's like waiting, like before she was gonna order her food, she's on speaker, like waiting to see what her other family members want or whatever. So then another person comes in and just comes, they already know what they want, so they come straight up to the counter and I start taking their order, right? and then she got even louder. So then the guy that I was helping was just kind of ignoring her, and then by the time he got to the cash register and he was paying, she was even louder than she was before. So he glanced back at her and with a surprised face, and then she literally says on the phone, she's like, "Hold on, give me 1 second. Somebody's in my business." And then says to the guy "Why are you looking at me? Don't pay attention to me." And then the guy was just like, "You're talking out loud and your phone is on speaker." And then she just started saying stuff, but he just turned his head back around. And I was like, "There's no way you think you're in the right here, right? It's not possible that you think you're right." But I'm pretty sure she thought she was genuinely in the right and her privacy had been violated.
Bro, it just happens all the time. Same with ringtones. A
Ah,
ringtone could be loud as fuck, and it's like the worst ringtone you've ever heard, and they just take so long to even look at their phone. Or sometimes they don't even hear it. I guess your hearing really fucks up as you get older, because some customers had their shit loud as fuck.
bro,
Or
when
maybe they
people
just don't
come in,
care.
yeah, they probably don't care. But when people come in and they give me their phone, recently since we had our transition, the online banking's been a problem, right? So all these people come in giving me their fucking Androids, right? And
Oh
one
my
person
god.
has me talking to their husband to figure out one of the things, the information or whatever. And I'm like, bro, why am I doing this? And then as soon as as soon as the person gave me the information, she hung up the call and she handed me the phone back. She put it right next to my face for some reason. There's a glass pane that there's a hole in that you're supposed to slide stuff through. But no, she decides to reach her hand across. That's another pet peeve. If there's a fucking
Ah, yeah.
slot for you to
Fuck.
pass stuff through, that doesn't mean you reach around. That's not how things work. But she reaches around and stuffs the phone in my face, and then her stupid Android notification goes off and makes my ears bleed, bro. It was so loud.
Boop, boop, boop,
Well,
boop.
I had so with our old bank before we transitioned over, that your credit score would be on there, and then with our bank now, your credit score isn't on there. So this lady yesterday was annoyed that her credit score wasn't on there, so she gave me her phone and said, "How can I get my credit score on there?" And I said, "Well, I use an app called Credit Karma, and that's how I get mine." She's like, "Okay, can you get that for me?" And so I literally had to go on her fucking Android on the App Store, download Credit Karma, and create an account for her. I asked her the username and password. I know I could just log into her Credit Karma because I know it now. She gave me all her information. I had to set up security questions for her. I'm like, bro, what do I look like to you?
I don't understand why people think that we can sit there and do these things for them. But then if I refuse, they can easily complain and I'd get in trouble. Or our branch would get a demerit for that.
I don't know. I've never really had an issue with people just asking me to download stuff for them because I was like, I'm not doing anything else. So I just don't have an issue with that. But I guess that's just me. I guess you guys are busier than me, maybe.
If I'm not doing anything else, I want to keep it that way. I want to start
Right.
doing something.
And she smelled bad, which is a whole other thing.
Oh,
I mean, I guess that's a pet peeve, but it's like,
Personal
if you
hygiene.
can't wash your fucking ass, man, do you not
oh my
smell your
God.
musk? That's another
Alex,
thing. I think we
I'm
talked
the
about that
blunt.
already.
I think we have. Uh, I have a pet peeve that's very specific.
That's
So
good.
yeah, when you're on a plane and long flight, and then you're landing, right? And the second the sign says that you could take your seatbelt off, and they start like letting
Getting
people
up.
off the plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never sat in first class or even business class, or even I'm always towards the back of the plane, right? So I'm sitting there, and for some reason the people next to me start standing up like we're next to get off. And there's still 20 rows of people ahead of us. So I'm just sitting in my seat with my headphones on, and then I can feel this person like looking down at me, like waiting for me to get up when there's a whole line of people in front of us. So I'm like, why are you standing up if we still have 10 minutes till we get off?
Because they want to get their shit ready. They don't want to, you know, they
Yeah,
don't
Bro,
want to struggle to get their suitcase out.
no, you know what the
Legal.
best part is, bro? I hate when people act like it takes 10 years to grab something. Bro, at least for me, if I throw my backpack in the overhead, bro, I get up, I grab it, and then I fucking leave, bro. It's never like more than a 10-second process.
I mean, some people just aren't as strong as you, though, so it takes them a
Bro,
while to
it's
finagle
not
the bag.
about being strong. It's about being dumb. If we're in row 26 and the plane just landed, why are you standing up?
Well, because you can like finagle your way onto the line so
Or so
so
Moose
you
is
get
one
it
of those
earlier.
people.
No, my family is. I rather just sit and wait, but my family wants to get out
I
of the
mean,
plane as soon as possible.
there's just a seat for a reason. You could just sit, relax until you get up there. I mean, it's not like you're really not gonna get out any earlier.
I know a pet peeve that Coob has that he hasn't shared yet, but because he said it to me before, is that when someone says like if I say Coob, you're always so fucking annoying, and then you ask me name one time where I was annoying, or vice versa, whatever. You get so mad when when I ask for a
Yeah,
specific time that you
no.
did something.
Oh my god, it's like, bro, do you guys think I keep like a? Oh, let me just grab the log of when I wrote that down. No, and it's never something crazy. Like I'm never asking like Alex, name that one time you did this very specific thing that like I would remember. Like it's always something general. Like I would say like Alex is a liar, right? And you're like, name one time I lied.
Yeah.
I can't think of something off the top of my head, but you obviously have lied. Like it's not that's not something crazy out there. So I hate when people do that. They ask me for like the quotes, like I'm gonna have a citation of when you fucking lied. No, I don't have citations.
And has that ever occurred where that someone asks you, "Give me the citations," and you were able to pull out like 10?
Yes,
Yeah, that is
that has
satisfying.
happened. There's certain people that like for instance, one of my friends, right? Uh, so this friend I've known like a little bit after like the end of my junior year, right, of high school, and we were the first time I ever like actually spent time with him. We got into an argument that day while playing basketball, right? And I thought I was like, damn, bro, like, am I really just a menace? But then I figured out after hanging out with him over the past like 4 years, pretty much, that he just gets into arguments with literally everybody, right? So when he asks, like, I remember one time he was like, bro, I don't even really be getting into arguments like that. And then I was like, bro, you're not serious right now, right? And then he was like, no. Like I don't even and then he was like tell me anytime I barely do. Like you can't even name them. And I was like, bro, you got into and then we're in like a room of like people and you could literally go around the room and be like, yo, you got into an argument with me, him, and him, and then we could like give all the details to every single person and that story. That's like one time I just slam dunked on somebody because they tried to do that.
Wait, who was it for context?
It was Isaac.
Nice.
It's just easy work.
Let's see.
You know what else annoys me, and this is also pretty specific. When I'm watching a YouTube video or a music video that's from like really old, maybe like 2013, and then I look in the comments, and like 9 out of the 10 comments that I see is, "Who's watching in 2023?
Oh
Oh,
my
if you're
fucking
watching in
god!
2023, you have good music taste." It's like, oh my god! Everybody thinks they're being original, but nobody is original. They say, "Oh my god, am I the only one that's watching?" And it's like they have so many likes. People eat this shit up.
All
It's
all of
just
those copy pasta comments, like Even like the ones where sometimes you get like a weird suggestion in your video, and you're just like, "Oh, why is this in my suggestion
Oh
box?
my
Why is
God.
this my recommended?" Fuck off. People just
Some of them
can't
are
be
kind of
original.
some of them are kind of funny though. Like I know
Name
I
one
was
that was funny.
huh? I actually have an example of this. So
Okay.
you guys know what chocolate rain is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like randomly, like I got it in my recommended like in like 2021 or something, right? And that video is so old. And I was looking at it, I was like, what the fuck is this doing in my recommended right now?
Chocolate rain.
And then I click on the video, and then like the top comment that was showing was like, why is this video in my recommended in 2021? So I was like, damn, the YouTube algorithm is really just pushing chocolate rain in
Yeah.
2021, bro.
It
But I
just
do
does
do
it
think
to
it gets
everybody for
annoying though.
no
I
reason.
do think it gets annoying. Like the who else is who's here in 2023? Like, shut up, bro. Like I'm here, but we don't need to make a fucking comment about it.
All those. I'm happy that YouTube's comment sections are now past this point. But like I remember back in like I don't know 4 maybe 5 years ago, every comment was like something unoriginal, some unoriginal observation about the video, me 2019 or me 2020. Those comments I hated.
No, the one that I hate, and it still happens all the time. If I'm watching a short or just a video, and then some highlight happens, and they literally in the comments they post quotes around what the person said, end quote, and that's it. Just a quote of what fucking happened, or just do a timestamp.
No, it's
Literally
that.
adding nothing.
It's a quote. It's a quote, and then crying, laughing emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I actually think is worse than all of that? It's the fucking it's a trend now on TikTok, but uh like on the videos of I get a lot of like South Park videos on my shit, like Family Guy, like TV shows, right?
Mhm.
And on any TV show that like people like that pops up on people's for you pages. Like I know what's that one? Young Sheldon pops up on people's for you pages a lot, right? And it like in the comments I click on one comment and then it's always that like, oh, uncommon this person W or like very common this person L, and I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. Like this is so stupid, bro. I was
That's
like,
been
you're a
around for a
loser for
while.
writing it. I know, but I don't like it. I'm like, you're a loser for writing this.
Uncommon this person W, very common this person L.
You don't see
Yeah,
that
like
one?
they always comment that.
I have never seen that format.
Most.
You're not on TikTok enough. That's why you
I'm
don't
not on
use
TikTok
TikTok.
at all.
Exactly, you don't use TikTok, so you're not gonna see it.
I am on TikTok though to check out Moose shit on TikTok. Please go follow us on TikTok.
Woo! I see
Some
that all the
funny
time with
content.
like someone like Kanye. They would say, "Oh, comment Kanye W," or
What?
comment Davidson W. Yeah, you've never seen that, man. We just
No,
follow
I
different
haven't.
people, I guess.
I didn't know this was a format at all.
Common Moose L. See, that was some good use right there.
What was I gonna say? I had a point. What was my point?
Another pet peeve of mine is when people say, "I could care less." It's such a small thing, but it just doesn't make sense. It's you couldn't care less, or um, when people say, um, I don't give a fuck. I don't even give two fucks or something like that. Like, no, the point is if you don't give a fuck, if you're trying to emphasizing that, you should say like I don't even give half a fuck, not two fucks. Because if you don't already give one fuck, why would you give two?
What?
I heard the first one. I've never heard anyone say I don't give two fucks.
Okay, well I've heard that.
I think I've said that.
If you're trying to emphasize the little amount of fucks you're giving, you say I don't give half a fuck or a quarter of a fuck.
That
Shut
it
up,
irks me.
bro.
It irks
I don't
me
give a
when
quarter of a
people.
fuck.
It irks me when people are counting down, and to slow down their count, they start using fractions, but they use fractions wrong. Right? They go 3, 2, 1, 1.5. No, it's a half after that. It's not 1.5. 1.5 is before 1.
I've never thought about that, but that is so true. That's such a fact. Oh, that reminds me of like I don't know if you guys know about this, but like when you would play actually you guys definitely know about it, but when we would play football, right? We would count in Mississippi's. So like it would be like 7 Mississippi, and then like since we didn't have enough people, it would be like you could either go blitz after that or like it's an automatic sack, right? And then there's like some people like me who just count it like a normal person and go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, because it's supposed to be like 1 second, right? And then you have the fucking cheaters that do it that goes 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
Oh
Like,
my
bro,
god.
you're just undermining the whole point of accounting Mississippi's, bro. Like they just start saying Mississippi, Mississippi, Mississippi. Like, bro, you're not even saying the word. Stop. You're a fucking cheater.
It's so specific.
That's just something that bothers me, bro.
Did it ever bother you when you guys were playing like tag or hide and go seek and like a person opened their eyes? Like, was that something that really bothered you guys?
I remember there was one thing that people probably that bothered other people that I would do. You guys ever play 7 Up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh,
would just like lean off the edge of the table
oh,
and then look at people's shoes.
Oh
you're
yeah,
the
I did that.
worst.
Wait, no, you didn't do that?
No, I did that, but I didn't like when other people did it. I would just wouldn't choose you if you did that.
I would
I
always
never
just do
did
that
that.
so I could win.
Yeah,
I don't like being a loser.
I would literally look at the person's eyes and look all around and look under them before I would choose them.
I didn't get chosen that much for 7 Up. I
Who's
wish I did.
surprised?
Fuck you.
I remember for Silent Ball you just said, right? No, we were talking about 7. I was gonna talk about Silent Ball. You remember Silent Ball, right?
Yeah.
Just sit
Yes.
on the desk and play. So one thing that I had a problem with, right? So I remember like one time we played it in my like state testing room, right? So in that room it was like a bunch of people that had like a similar last name to you. So it ended up working out. So like me and one of my friends were in the same thing, right? And we knew that we were gonna end up being in the final the whole time. But then there was this one girl that played softball that we both were cool with, right? Like we were friends with her. But the thing is, when we were playing, it became so unfair because what's it called? Like so it would always switch. Like at first it would just start out 2 hands, and then they would switch it to 1 hand, and then you'd have to do a bunch of nonsense before, right? But when it would get down to 1 hand, most of the class would go out besides like us three. And then I remember I was sitting there and we would like everybody would go to a different corner of the class, and I'm sitting on the other side of the room, and me and my friend are basically just playing like long toss, beaming it back and forth between each other. And then when we would throw to the girl, we would throw like because the teacher yelled at us if we threw the same speed to the girl. So we would just throw it like slower. But then, bro, I remember she was throwing fucking like she played softball, so she had a fucking cannon, and she was like beaming it back at us. And I was struggling to catch it because I was like, damn, bitch, like, holy shit, like, you trying to take my fucking head off? And then after the class, she literally was just like, yeah, why were you guys throwing it so slow? I was like, you motherfucker, you did not just ask me that. I was so heated, bro. And then, that wasn't the pet peeve I had with her. It was the fucking teacher, bro. You gotta make Silent Ball fair, especially when they would give out prizes, bro. That shit
Yes,
was
bro.
so rigged. They would give out candy and shit, and then I can't even beam it at this bitch, bro. Cause I would have hit her.
I wonder if they still play those type of games in elementary school.
I would
Probably
love
not.
that. Yeah, they probably it's dangerous apparently.
Mhm.
But it's weird the stuff that you never think about what your teachers do. Like that nowadays is just like so weird. Like I remember I was thinking back and I was like in 4th grade and we had to give like different homophones for right. And so I said right as in shop right. And like the teachers looked at me and they laughed and then they didn't put the word on the board and they were like, yeah, sure, yeah, right. And then I looked it up and that's an actual version of a way you can say right, as in like rites of passage, right, RITE. And it's like, were they dumbasses or did they not know
You didn't
what right
in
is?
right to passage, but sure.
Or like or like when I told one of my teachers in like 2nd grade, "Oh, I'm fasting," and she was like, "Oh, do you mean like you're going very fast?" No, I'm like, "No,
No, she did not
I'm
say that,
fasting.
bro.
I'm fasting." That's what
Wait,
What?
that means.
Moose, aren't you supposed to start fasting uh like at like 13 or something?
Uh, you can technically start fasting at 13. 13 is when you're considered an adult and like it's obligatory to fast. But you can start
Yeah.
fasting before then.
Oh, okay. Damn, you
I
were fasting at 7 basically?
I said this before. I like fasting. I look forward to it.
I mean,
I
I'm just
know Al
it's
can't
kind
think
of
about
early.
going a single day without food, but I like fasting.
no, I can't. I have to eat food. Anyways, one thing that I remember that just like crushed me that my teacher said, not crushed me, but made me really embarrassed, is it was I might have told the story before. It was a dare talk. Like I don't remember what dare stands for, but it was in 5th grade and it was
Uh,
basically telling us to not use drugs. And so I don't even remember what the question was. I think it was the dare officer asked us the question and he wanted us to give different synonyms to being angry. So a bunch of people were like, "Oh, irritated, annoyed, all this," and then it got towards the end where people sort of got out of words, and then I said, "Pissed." I said, "Being pissed," and then he's like, "Oh, don't say that. That's a bad word." And then everyone looked at me in like horror, and then my professor, and then my teacher was like, "Oh, that's a no word. You can't say that." And I was so embarrassed. I was like, I didn't know be pissed was a no word. And everyone just looked at me like I said the worst thing ever. I said their mom died. I said pissed.
no,
Alex,
you really hurt my
to
feeling.
I just want to let you know what DARE stood for. It's actually drugs are really excellent.
Oh,
That's what DARE stood for.
okay.
Just
Uh,
wanted to remind you.
drug abuse resistance education, which is now
Actually,
outdated
No.
drugs are
because
really excellent.
New Jersey now follows, I believe, what did New Jersey follow? Lead.
So you're just gonna
That's
reveal to everyone that we live in New Jersey?
We've revealed to everyone that we lived in New Jersey a while ago.
that's gay. I like DARE better.
I mean, Dare was just ineffective.
I mean, rest in peace, Officer Chip, bro. He was a real one.
Man, for
Is
real.
he dead?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, and LEAD stands for Law Enforcement Against Drugs. When did he die?
like a while ago.
Yeah, man. Everyone was talking about it.
Very long. Like it's been like a couple of years now.
Yeah, just like Miss Weesek.
Who the fuck is Oh, I
Miss
forgot about Miss
Weesek.
Weesack.
Which episode was Miss Weesack? Oh my god.
Yes, we get
I
to
don't
end
know.
another episode talking about Miss Weesack.
Are we?
Fair enough.
Is our time up?
Oh, is that time up? Oh yeah. Whoops. Thank you so much for listening to
Miss
us
Weesack,
discuss.
rest in
Oh,
peace.
Mr. Chip.
You a real one. You a real one.
Rest in peace, Miss Weesack. Again, I
And
guess.
Officer Chip.
Officer Chip, you a real one. Rest in peace.
And Officer Chip. Please go ahead and give us a like and comment and subscribe. on YouTube. And if you're listening on any other podcasting platform such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and any other podcasting platform that you can think of possibly, go ahead and give us a follow and leave us a comment if you're on Spotify, and go make sure to interact with the poll. Anyways, thank you so much for listening.
iHeartRadio.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.